We all want someone to love.
I am whatever he wants me to be.
But you've never seen love like this before.
I love giving orgasms. I love getting them.
Provocative.
They happen to be first cousins. I'm a full-time baby girl.
Eye-opening.
Splashing is just pure fun.
There's never a bad foursome.
Outrageous.
It's hot. I like it.
We really enjoy clown sex.
Proving there's always someone for everyone.
I share my home with 12 dolls.
Or something.
Once you drink the Kool-Aid, you never go back.
Who wouldn't like to live their king 24/7?
This is Extreme Love. On tonight's episode of Extreme Love,
I'm comfortable. I'm not wearing underwear, though.
find out how this boy toy loving granny has put her feelings on hold.
You cut the connection between your heart and your...
To enjoy life's other pleasures.
They love giving orgasms. I love getting them. Now I have a steady stream, so...
But will she break her own rules if she meets the younger man of her dreams?
I would say this is a fantasy just because I haven't been too in tune with the older crowd.
Then, find out why this couple's love story is so taboo their relatives flipped out when they posted this picture on the family Facebook page.
They were shocked and horrified.
And discover why this woman is on a mission to end their happily ever after.
It doesn't hurt me. It disgusts me.
And later, getting down and dirty is a turn on for this woman.
It's almost like an out-of-body experience. This really intense orgasm that I've never been able to experience, like with just regular masturbating.
But find out why it's making a mess of her relationships. But first, in New York City, 83-year-old Hattie has earned herself a new nickname since she started dating boy toys she met online.
Call myself the boner queen. Get hard with me. This sounds nice.
And she's learned a few things along the way.
Possible. No, I think I know more about males' genitalia than any doctor. I may not know more than a gay man, but I know about guys. And certain men are attracted to older women. Okay. Hattie, 83. Fascinating older beauty. Is seeking a steady, younger friend, lover for a shared life of adventure and passion. No pro-Trump and no players.
And she scored pretty well.
Almost 50 men over the last 7-8 months. What starts out as curiosity ends up with orgasm. Now this guy, he's with his mother. So I don't think that that's a good idea. If I'm attracted to someone, I'm a walking yes. We'll meet for a drink if it seems like it's going to be good, and we make love. They love giving orgasms. I love getting them. So now I have a steady stream. So I didn't mean to put it that way. I have a steady selection of young men.
And one lover was particularly memorable.
This tall guy from Ecuador, he was attracted to me. So I said, okay, let's go. So we go to my apartment. And then after I say to him, by the way, how old are you? And he says, 19. When I go on Tinder, I always get a match or two, always. Oh, look, he came up. And younger men, you look nice, Jeffrey. They get off on getting a woman off. Very different from when I was younger. When I was younger, all I wanted to do is get married and have a family. My husband and I, former husband, had a wonderful sex life. And when the children went off to college, a lot of the dynamics broke down. So we got divorced. And then he remarried. And I thought, and I'll remarry. And it didn't work that way. But I was horny. I was 55. And I put an ad in the paper. We didn't have the internet. And then I got a series of lovers, one after the other. They left their names on my answering machine. And I had a lot of dates and met a lot of men. But all the while, I was praying, this one's gonna go to bed with me and say, I wanna be with you forever. I wanted to keep having sex all the time, but I didn't have a resident. The emotional side was bad. I would cry, and I would get depression. It may never happen. I may die before it happens. So I came up with a psychological surgical procedure, and it's called a heartectomy. And what you do is you cut the connection between your heart and your, and then, fine, hello, goodbye, that was great.
In order to keep up with her constant flow of young men, Hattie works hard, staying healthy and keeping in shape.
I pinch my face to get circulation, and I also pull my hair. I've been using this for 30 years. It's 12 pounds and it's heavy and it's packed. 1, 2, 3. A lot of my exercising and my eating and my skincare and everything are geared towards keeping me sexual, sensual, and gorgeous. And it works beautifully. Nobody ever calls me mommy or granny, I'll tell you that.
And she better be fit tonight, as she's landed a date with a man 50 years her junior.
His name is Sean.
This is actually one of my first experiences with an older woman.
We'll eat, we'll talk, we'll probably kiss. We'll see. But it's sweet.
Is this the man that'll fill the hole in Hattie's heart? Meanwhile, in Eagle Mountain, Utah, Angie and Michael went searching for love and found each other almost right away.
God couldn't design me a better woman. I love her neck right here, her chin, her lips, her nose.
But there's more to this average-looking couple than meets the eye.
I love you, Angie.
I love you too. We've known each other all our lives. We've been each other's first crushes, first kisses, and we happen to be first cousins.
Yes, that's right.
And we happen to be first cousins.
Angie's father and Michael's mother are brother and sister. That makes their relationship illegal in the state of Utah. Their strong connection began when they were just kids.
We're like in second grade, like 7, 8 years old, and we immediately clicked. And we're like best friends. We were slow dancing in the closet. We got caught kissing.
I got pulled aside by my parents and they said, "What's going on?" And my mom said, "Cool it, Angie." And we felt like from then on we were kind of kept apart. And it felt unfair. It felt a little bit like Romeo and Juliet, except instead of these warring families, it's the same family.
After years of the family keeping them apart, Michael and Angie are now both divorced, but were recently reunited and learned the old sparks were still there.
9 months ago, we saw each other for the first time in 10 years, and just fireworks. It felt like we picked up where we left off.
Immediately was like, she's still super hot.
And I had a sex dream about Michael after that,
Bam.
and I wanted to tell him about it, but I was so nervous that he didn't feel the same way.
No doubt about how Michael feels. Reunited once more, the canoodling cousins then had the dilemma of how to tell the family.
The infamous Polaroid.
So they posted this photo on the family Facebook page, leaving no question they were way into each other.
We got kicked off the family group page.
They were shocked and horrified. Horrified.
We took some more Polaroids, but we didn't ever show them to anybody.
Since then, first cousin Kathy has become their nemesis.
It's just gross. People joke around that our family are a bunch of yeehaw inbreds.
And it's not just the cutting family insults that these first cousins have to contend with.
Ooh, we have 25 new messages. Here's someone who said, "What is wrong with you two? Do you think it's normal to marry a person who has the same blood and genetics as you do? When is that ever right? I think the law should never be changed for this to become legal. Never, yuck, that's called incest. What's next, your pet?"
People that hurt other people or hurt themselves. I try to forgive them and move on.
Even with the whole family and the online world against them, nothing was going to stop these copulating cousins from taking their love to the next level by getting married. But in Utah, religious leaders have tried to erase misconceptions that polygamy is legal in their state.
Since it's not legal in Utah to marry your first cousin, we had to drive to the next state we could do that in, which is Colorado. There we go.
We tied the knot.
We tied the knot. The knot is tied.
Back home in Utah, just by having sex, these first cousins could risk a 5-year jail sentence. Nevertheless, they're hoping to complete their love story by starting a family of their own.
Angie and I have discussed having children a lot, and I would love to have a child with Angie.
We found out that we were pregnant 6 months ago. A couple months ago, we went to our doctor's first ultrasound appointment, and the doctor was looking around and he said he couldn't find a heartbeat. We've been kind of lost since then. Having the promise of a baby gave us more purpose, gave us more validity.
We miss you. We won't forget you.
As well as their grief, they've had to endure criticism about the biological consequences of first cousins having a baby together.
They think that reproducing with your cousin will automatically cause genetic defects.
To address fears, they've undergone blood tests to see if a potential baby is at any genetic risk. They're about to discover the results.
What this will tell us is if whether or not we can have a child, a healthy child.
Moment of truth, here we go.
These blood tests will help guide their decision, but could it mean having to put an end to their baby plans for good? And were their critics right after all?
Okay, look at this.
In the leafy suburbs of North Hollywood, 23-year-old Lum is a model with a secret passion for the unusual. It's called sploshing. She felt a stirring for the wet stuff, even at a young age.
I was 9 years old, and I smeared myself and covered myself with shaving cream, and I experienced my first orgasm, and I was very confused. Because in Catholic school, they even teach you women don't orgasm, women don't like sex. Growing up, having this fetish, I definitely didn't feel comfortable telling anyone about it.
As an adult, Lum wanted to find a romantic partner who enjoyed getting off by the same messy means. With a deep dive into the World Wide Web, she hoped her prayers would be answered. By some divine intervention, she discovered a website set up by a man who was to change her life forever. His name is Clicks, the mastermind of all things wet and messy.
Came across Clicks' page, I literally broke down crying. It legitimately felt like a page dedicated to my fetish. It was like a calling.
When somebody tells me they think that splashing play is weird, I say don't knock it until you've sat in it.
And sit in it she did. They struck up a strong relationship, and before long, he recognized her potential for modeling in his slime photo shoots.
It was life-changing. You guys giving me acceptance. I'm going to splosh on.
And the obsession for smothering herself in wet and messy stuff smoothed the way into meeting the love of her life, Honey. Her sticky-sounding name couldn't be any more appropriate.
She is my love, my darling, my happiness. I just love her so much.
Look who's here! I met Lum through Clicks. He invited me out to California. We stayed at her house, and I helped him do a photo shoot with her and became really good friends from that.
Honey was more than happy to satisfy Lum's creamy cravings.
I know it makes her over the moon happy. I know a lot of her partners haven't been interested in it, so I feel like I fill that need for her, and that fills my need to care for her.
And today, they're enjoying another Clicks photo session together. But Lum hasn't always been so open about her fetish.
Lum has expressed that when she was younger, she felt like she needed to hide that part of her life. When I first started, I kind of felt that way too, but I think we've both grown together and this made us a lot more comfortable with showing that side of our personalities.
Put simply, these two soulmates just love to splot.
Splashing is just pure fun.
It's normally very sensual and cute and playful, and it's always very loving. To have a partner that loves something that you thought you'd never ever experience with another person, it's like ecstasy.
It's almost like an out-of-body experience, and it's like this really intense climax or orgasm that I've never been able to experience, like with just regular masturbating.
It's her favorite thing in the world.
With Lum's birthday coming up, Honey is encouraging her to be more honest with her friends about their relationship and shared passion.
I actually haven't celebrated her birthday before, so I want to make it very special.
And Honey is going to stir things up with the ultimate messy party.
She's going to be able to show her friends who she is.
God, I can't believe I'm having a slime birthday party. It's gonna be one of the greatest presents ever. Everyone that's going, besides Honey, my little sweet angel, has never splashed or seen splashing in public.
It feels really reassuring to have Honey at my birthday party.
Together, they're hoping this turns into a night of acceptance.
I can't wait. And now I'm gonna share the messy world with everyone around me. And that's like the most exciting part of it.
But deep down, is Lum secretly scared to take a gooey plunge in the kiddie pool with her best friends watching? And will her relationship with Honey survive this public splashdown? Meanwhile, our kissing cousins are fighting their own fears. Will the blood tests reveal that they can have a healthy baby together?
Moment of truth, here we go.
Will they have a baby that'll be its own second cousin? Or are they destined to remain childless? These results could change everything.
Mine just says one thing, cystic fibrosis. What does yours say?
Well, it says I'm negative for everything that they tested for. Means I don't have anything wrong with it. You know how they said like most people have like a handful of something? No, I don't have anything. I'm negative for all of it. I have nothing.
That is unreal. You got the perfect genes.
Well, according to this.
But you know what that means, right? It means it doesn't matter what I have.
I'm not a carrier for anything, so you could be a carrier for 100 things and it wouldn't even matter.
Yeah, this is like the second best to perfect.
Right.
I'm just so happy right now. I can't believe it. We need to have children because these are going to be like perfect.
Like super baby.
Genetically perfect children. Wow. Okay. So, let's get started.
Newly empowered by the results, Angie and Michael have even more reason to change the law and live in a state where their marriage and incest is allowed. They've already set up an online petition, gaining nearly 2,000 signatures. And now hope to get more support from the public in their local park.
How do you feel about first cousins being married in the state of Utah?
They need as many signatures as they can get to be able to take this petition to the state senate so the law can be repealed.
Morning.
I would say probably not.
Okay.
Why not?
You're messing with the DNA.
Are you interested in signing our petition to change the law to allow first cousins?
You want to allow that?
Why not?
Yes. Do you have an argument against it?
Not a great start, but will Michael's sweet talking do the trick?
Can I get a moment of your time?
Would you like to sign our petition?
Please.
In New York, there's been a lot of action on Tinder for 83-year-old Hattie.
Guy, 21, 22, 23. Nobody older than 26 is responding. Oh, he looks terrific. I read about the guys and I get a sense of the men. I rarely wear underwear.
She's also proud of the attention her dating's been attracting.
I'm even in a magazine that features MILFs. And I'm a gilf, and I'm even in that magazine. When guys tell me they see my picture and they to me, I don't think that's an insult.
But not everyone is as into sharing the love.
People are surprised and shocked, and some actually disgusted, because the concept of, I'll say it this way, oh, look who's here. Please get me a man to be in bed with me at night. Beauty sleeps in bed with me, and I said to my granddaughter, I should have specified two-legged man. He's so sweet.
Looking forward to tonight's date, Hattie hopes to hook up with 33-year-old Sean.
Yeah, darling, I'm ready. I'm comfortable. Not wearing underwear, though. Beauty, bye, sweetheart. Whether or not something will happen, I don't really know, and maybe he doesn't as well. But it's sweet.
Age might be just a number to Hattie, but what does her daughter think of Mom dating guys even younger than her?
So we're standing in front of the restaurant, and there's this guy who I asked a bunch of questions. So I said, are you married? He said no. I said, are you gay? He said no. I said, are you an addict? He said no. I said, will you go on a date with me? He said yes. So here I am.
Sounds like a fun date.
So are you ever embarrassed about me?
No. Once. Once you told me you were in a dorm at NYU, and that I thought was pushing the limit.
The NYU guys, right.
With no issues from her daughter, it's time to meet the latest conquest. But is he ready for this proud gilf?
This is actually one of my first experiences with an older woman such as Hattie. I would say this is a fantasy just because I haven't been too in tune with the older crowd. Yeah. How are you? Good to see you. How's it going? Good to see you, Miss Hattie. Good to see you, Miss Hattie.
So I said, one man for my bed, one man for my everything.
Okay, that's interesting.
Didn't happen.
Yeah, yeah.
So I miss making love.
Which is crazy because you're an amazing person, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody missed out.
I am as orgasmic as I was in my 40s.
Really?
And young men want that. If we can pleasure each other naked, that's good. And I will be very generous with providing them with orgasm.
Well, the date's pretty cool. Very interesting, I would say.
He's the best guy of all.
Most I like about Hattie is her bubbling personality and how genuine she is. She's very beautiful for her age.
You got an erection? We'll take it from there. Sean is an absolute darling. He's a very sexual man. I'm a very sexual woman. Who knows? I think we got something that might happen.
Is Sean the perfect match for Hattie's body and her heart? Back in Utah, our copulating cousins are also hoping to get lucky, but they're having a tough time trying to convince the public to sign their petition to change the marriage laws in their home state.
How do you feel about first cousins being married in the state of Utah?
Love is love.
Do you have a
Would you
minute?
like to sign a petition?
minute.
Are you registered voters?
Maybe on the next one around.
Yeah,
Come
we'll
back
see you on
around.
the next
Think
round.
about it.
Thank you.
It hasn't exactly gotten off to a good start.
It's discouraging when people just walk by and they don't want to give you a minute of their time.
But their luck begins to change.
Would you like to go ahead and sign our petition?
With their first sympathetic passerby.
Thank you so much for doing
Yes,
this.
thank you.
Yes, you have a wonderful day.
Enjoy our first signature. And now we're trying to change the law in Utah so that we're not outlaws here.
Right.
Sweet. How about it? Like, will they arrest you?
If they choose to prosecute, we could be in prison for up to 5 years.
Yeah, if they could prove that we've had sex, they would.
Yeah, even that is illegal in Utah. Thank you.
Would you like to sign this petition?
Suddenly, the tide is turning for these two.
Dexter approved.
Dexter, I thought it was a female.
As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
And then someone really manages to make their day.
Yeah.
It was my grandmother and my grandfather.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean,
You turned out great.
people are happy. I said go for it. Hope it all works
Thank you
out.
very much. We actually found someone
Yeah.
whose grandparents were first cousins.
Right?
These crusading cousins are armed with 1,800 signatures. And now they're taking on the court system. After publicly sharing their story, they've secured an appointment with their state senator, Todd Weiler. They're hoping he'll help them change the law in Utah and legalize first cousin marriage. Though they can be married in 19 other states, in Utah, their union is still illegal.
Utah has a stigma because in the past polygamy was practiced here, and we don't want to amplify that stigma. So a lot of times in the United States when people talk about first cousins marrying, they're usually talking about backwater states where people aren't all that educated or all that sophisticated. And Utah is educated, we are sophisticated. So I'm going to listen to them and going to keep an open mind, and we'll see what happens. Angie, Michael, welcome to the Senate. So your father and her mother are brother and sister?
My mother,
your mother and
her father are brother and sister. Our family connection is very important. I mean, it's like very tight-knit, almost clannish even. Very strong LDS.
Some of the people I've talked to about this in preparation for our meeting today have said, well, why don't they just move to another state then?
It's not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah.
We have family here.
So this is, what you're saying is Utah's your home?
Yeah, Utah's our home. We live here, and we don't feel like we should get out of here.
Yeah.
Why don't you just move, pack up and move?
I don't mean to offend you, but when I talk to people about this, the word I hear a lot is icky.
Will their state senator smash their dreams by forever labeling them as icky? First cousins Angie and Michael have one thing on their minds.
I have a hard time keeping my hands and my mouth off of her.
Their genetic test results have given them the confidence to go for it.
Try to conceive about 2 or 3 times a day.
They're hoping that if Angie gets pregnant, it'll bring the family back together.
We want our family to accept a baby as they would any other child and not a taboo thing.
And with that in mind, let's give these two a short break. In Los Angeles, a birthday bash like no other is being set up. Honey has organised this coming out party for her lover Lum as a way of letting her friends in on their relationship and fetish.
Ever since I was young and I discovered this, I've never really been able to share it with friends. And this is that party. This birthday party is legit me being able to just be 100% Lum and just splosh on.
I'm nervous about this party right now. I'm worried that some of my friends might react negatively.
But will Lum's friends become newfound fans of sploshing, or is this fetish one bucket of slime too far?
I'm able to finally tell everyone, there's this really big part of me, and this is who I am now, and I'm so happy, and I'm so much more at peace with myself. And that's what I want people to see.
I've always wanted to do slime.
Just like slime around.
Everyone is getting relaxed and accepting Honey into their circle of friends. But Lum is unsure how her best friend Summer will react to Honey and their sploshing revelation.
Summer is one of my closest and oldest friends, and when I kind of talked to her about this, she was pretty shy, didn't really understand it. I didn't think she wanted to be a part of it.
You look so cute. Thank you. Yeah.
I would say I'm a little apprehensive just because I'm not familiar with sploshing. I kind of just want to see what it's all about first.
With all her friends around her, Honey's on hand to offer support, however this may play out.
Lum might feel a little nervous showing that side of herself, but this is what she needs to do. This is her life, and I think it's going to be a very great experience for her to show her true colors.
It's nearly time for Lum to reveal all to her friends. Will they experience the same sexual high she gets?
We'll get you to pour the slime on them since it's your birthday. Really hope we're actually gonna have some converts and be like, maybe touch the slime a little bit and be like, I don't know if I like this. And before you know it, splosh session.
1, 2, 3.
Finally, Lum's sploshing wish has come true. 2 buckets of slime down, and Lum can't wait any longer. Summer doesn't look quite so sure. As Lum comes clean, they all get dirty. But despite everyone getting wet and messy, there's still one person not getting involved. Summer. who's still as dry as a bone. It seems Summer's just been holding out for her very own splosh sesh with Lum.
We have a special treat for Summer and her beautiful ass to be pied with mini pies. Mini pies, you know, it's a nice introduction. Summer, thank you for being here and thank you for meeting me halfway. This is your form of sploshing.
Oh my God. And that was like her introduction to sploshing, and I'm so okay with that.
Well, I guess you could consider it baby steps, and since I only started off with pies on the butt, but I want to do a lot more. It was a lot of fun.
Success. That's another sploshing convert in the making. And now Lum can have her cake and splosh in it too. And Honey couldn't be happier.
This is the best birthday party I've ever had. I've never expected this many people to be that open-minded and that willing to experience something that as weird as this. I feel like I'm living the dream. It's absolutely one of the best feelings in the world to be able to share something so intimate with everyone that I've been close with, everyone that's touched me in my life. My heart is happy.
Speaking of sticky situations, back in Utah, Angie and Michael are at the state senate with hopes that State Senator Todd Weiler will see beyond the stigma of their first cousin status.
I don't mean to offend you, but when I talk to people about this, the word I hear a lot is icky.
They're aiming to have a baby and want the state law to recognize their marriage before they bring a little one into the world.
Because ickiness is an emotional
thing. It is an emotional
And it's like, well, how do you sway someone's emotion if they just have from the outset, it's icky?
Yeah.
So we definitely have our work cut out.
So rather than delving into that ickiness, just say, look at, why are we an outlier? If you could get 2 or 3 well-known organizations to say, either we think this is a good idea or there's no harm in this. I mean, that's gonna be easier said than done, but good luck to you. I'll wait to hear from you.
Thank you very
much.
much.
Have a great day. Thanks.
You too.
The first cousins are elated to have won political backing, but will they be able to gain the acceptance they crave from their own family? Now they must try to convince the biggest obstacle of them all, their own first cousin, Kathy.
I don't want to be known as the cousin of the incest cousin.
She's the biggest hater in our family. She won't talk to me. She's told me, you're a stranger to me.
She's told us to F off numerous times, and I'd really like to talk to her face to face to figure out, like, why all this hatred? No one else is as hateful as you. Where's it coming from?
And now they're going to get their chance as Kathy's agreed to meet on home turf in Wyoming. Kathy's their most outspoken relative, so their hope is to win her over and the rest of the family will follow.
Some time has gone by. It's possible that she has kind of changed her mind. I don't anticipate that.
This is the last chance to try and reunite their close-knit family. But it's going to take a special kind of persuading.
I want to try to treat her with kid gloves to see if I can really coax out her truth.
But will cousin Kathy soften her stance when she discovers there may be a baby in the mix? Or will she double down and keep up the fight? It's crunch time for married first cousins Angie and Michael. They've traveled all the way to Wyoming to meet their own first cousin, Kathy. As the family naysayer, she's the key cynic they need to win over so the rest of the family will follow.
Family's extremely important to us. We want to fix it. We love her, and we hope that she loves us. So it's really important that we get her to accept what we're doing here and drop whatever beef that she has. Who knows what kind of attitude that she's going to have. I hope she's very calm. I hope she's rational. And I'm just going to approach it very objectively and try to not be emotional about anything. And just maybe we'll educate someone today. Maybe that's what this will be. This will be a teaching session for someone.
Yeah. Our goal here is to mend fences.
There would be no need for hysterics.
Yep. I mean, it says something that she's even willing to meet with us, that she is cooperating on some level. Here she is.
They've been waiting for this chance for months.
I'm just gonna start out believing that she's gonna be okay with it and just mend those fences.
Will gaining support from the public and lawmakers sway Kathy?
Oh my gosh.
And what will she think about them trying for a baby of their own? Armed with their genetic test results, can they sway Cousin Kathy?
Hi, Kathy.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Fine.
You look nice.
Thanks.
First of all, thank you for coming out here. We just wanted to have a regular chat with you, and maybe at the end of this, or maybe sometime during, that we can come to kind of a better understanding and agreement. Let me just ask you, personally, imagine your mind. It's just like your best friend, the person you're most attracted to, the person that you want to be around the most, just so happens to be your cousin.
That's when you put the brakes on and back away. You can stop yourself. You have the same blood running through your veins.
Yeah, and so you just go with someone else, even though you know this person would be the one that would make you the happiest.
I have a cousin, as well as you guys. I think she's beautiful. I don't want to go her.
So it stops right there?
It stops right there.
So what's...
I don't want to be known as the cousin of the incest cousins.
Okay.
I need a break. Break.
Everyone decides to take a breath before trying again.
I don't know, I just feel bad. I feel bad, like she's freaking out, we brought her over here, and now she's just upset. I feel like maybe we're doing something bad to her. Get you a break?
Yeah, much needed cigarette.
Much needed cigarette, gotcha.
Michael tries one more time for a reconciliation.
I don't want anyone in my family to hate me or hate her.
I don't hate you.
Or just, being upset with this stuff, so vocally that it hurts you. It's one thing to be like...
It doesn't hurt me. It disgusts me.
Guess not.
Let me just ask you, personally, what do you have against it personally?
I think it's gross.
Like gross as in the toilet, or like gross as in...
It's worse than a toilet.
It's worse than a toilet? Like just a hole in the ground?
Toilets make me throw up, to be honest, seriously, and quite literally.
But before their dreams are flushed down the drain, there's just one last vital piece of news they hope to sway her with.
You ready?
Okay, you go for it. You do it.
You're pregnant?
No.
No.
Well, check this out. As far as the genetics are concerned, we each had our own genetic testing done, where they test for everything they could possibly test for. And she's only a carrier for cystic fibrosis. One thing. And I, being tested for everything that could be tested for, I have no genetic defects. So the chances of us having some sort of child with, the nasty stuff they say it's impossible because of...
It's not impossible.
It's virtually impossible. But as far as being responsible, this is the best thing we can get to show you guys.
Being responsible would be you guys not having children.
Let's frame it a different way. I would say...
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there because I don't care.
Okay.
Okay, whatever you guys do in your privacy is your own thing. But when you bring me into it, when you bring the family into it, that's when I get pissed.
Okay.
If you would have just kept it to yourself.
I think you came here for a reason. I'd just like to hear what...
I came here so you guys would just shut up about it and leave me alone.
Okay.
All right. I came here with more of a hope. I think Angie came here with more of a hope of maybe a reconciliation.
I don't know why you would even think that, to be honest with you.
Just being hopeful. But she does not want that. She wants to be left alone. So,
Bye.
See you later?
No.
Maybe?
No.
All right, have a safe drive. Thank you for coming here. Appreciate it.
The cousins have given it their best, but are forced to admit defeat. But there's a silver lining, because they're still out of state.
Well, it's legal to have sex with your first cousin in Wyoming, so...
Oh my gosh.
You know what that means.
Do I? Can you show me what that means? Can you show me?
will.
We have a huge announcement.
So that's 2 double lines right there.
We found out yesterday that we're having a baby.
A baby.
We are expecting again.
Amen.
I'm single in the sense of I'm with many men. I have 99 likes. I love that.